Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. We started our conversation and did not start streaming, so we'll recap. Happy Sunday. I'm Sister Neji.
I'm Sister Tabitha.
Brother Keith.
Hopefully, you're not getting dizzy by all the movement, but we are talking about friendships today. Talking about some experiences as far as friendships is concerned. Talking about the benefits of identifying good friends, the benefits of identifying people that may not be good for you, and so forth. So tune in, comment down below how your week went, and let's get started. All right, you started talking about your friendship.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say before y'all started, me when I like it's hard for me to meet new people. Like I'm very, y'all say I'm not shy, but I'm very shy when meeting new people. Like I'm very shy. It's I don't know. That's all I can say.
What's the point?
Yeah, you didn't say
I'm
it.
talking about meeting new people, and that's why it's hard for me. Like
Okay, I get you.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'm sorry. I was kind of like, what's the point?
That came out. Okay. No.
No, I get it. I understand it now.
We get it.
You're saying that it's hard for you to meet people because you're very shy,
yeah.
right? And it makes it some kind of a little bit of intimidating. Then you have you have a serious face, and you kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Are you open when people approach you? Like, are you open to, or
No,
do
she
you?
said I rolled me when I came here. Did I right? I said nothing to her. She,
you.
what? Am I? Tell the truth.
I roll, but it's different because y'all have known each other, so it's like banter.
It's it's playful.
They gonna make excuses, boy. Them girls gonna stick together, boy. I tell you that. They gonna ride for each other. Females gonna stick together, boy. But I tell you what, when it come down to some beef, these women, boy, women they gonna
But
beef.
that's what I was saying. Like that's why I hang around the same four people, and they're all mutual friends. Even though I do believe that you shouldn't integrate friend groups, I can't hang around two people that can't get along because for whatever reason you don't get along, there's probably like a big defining.
That's true.
That's such a good point. Yeah.
That's true. It is.
I was watching, this thing on Instagram now or on social media where the women or the men will call the other person's spouse and say, "Hey, my friend, my boyfriend, he didn't come home last night. Was he with you?" And that friend has to either say like, "Yeah, and look out for him," or be like, "No." Right? I'm confident that all my boys gonna be like, "Yeah, he's sleeping right here." I even seen one with a girl. Like, let me talk to him. He's like, "Okay, let me grab him," and fake voice and everything. Right? So that just made me try to understand. Like, I think that it's very important to have loyal friends, right?
Yeah.
And your friends you should be able to trust your friends with everything. Because that's the person I am. I'm open, right? I'll give you every single thing that I have until you show me that you can't handle it or I can have to rein it back. That's fine. I'll do so. That's supposed we talked about with Sister Neji or Mom, where they're just like, no, I'm going to give you nothing and you're going to earn every single thing. Which, there's just two different ways to go about it.
I mean, I'm going to be kind to you. I try to be kind to everyone, try to be nice to everyone, but I'm very cautious. It's just my nature. And sometimes I meet a person for the first time, I've never met them before, and I have a really bad vibe about them. And I've learned to trust that vibe. If I continue with that relationship, so what I mean is I don't just cut them off and say, "Oh, you don't meet up to my standard." No, I kind of like don't get too close to them. Like just start opening up about my personal business because I will regret it later on. But I like friendships to go through a process.
Yeah.
I like to know that I know I can trust this person. I know I can trust this person. And it's okay if I have a friend that I'm not so close to like that. That has nothing to do with if they need my help. If they call me, yeah, I'm there. It doesn't stop me from doing all that. But it's about what makes me who I am. You've got to be careful the people that you trust with your intimate weaknesses because it could be used against you in a bad way. So I'm just cautious.
And we spoke about that too, which is my stance was, I don't care, right? No, I don't really care. You can't throw me off, right? You can expose me to Instagram, you can expose me to the world. I don't care. That's how confident I am in what I stand for, who I am, and what I do. And I could care less. I'll tell you my secrets, you can tell everybody. I tell them myself before they even know, right? Y'all watch 8 Mile? Y'all know how that movie 8 Mile?
With
Oh,
Eminem?
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right. Well, pretty much what he did was he knew this guy was gonna say all these bad things about him. So when he went up first, he said everything and talked about himself. That way, when the guy comes and says something, he don't got really much to say.
Yeah,
That's how I am.
30%.
Like I will tell everybody my truth and not really care because I'm confident in what I stand on. Right? My faith and my peace, I protect my peace and my faith to my core. Right? I talked about it before. I put my peace and my faith in like this lock box in my heart, and like around that box is like first you got to get past some lions, then you got to get past like a lake. Then after you get past the lake, then you got to get past this lake full of gators. Then after that, you got to get past the lake full of sharks. That's how I protect my peace in my heart.
That's kind of like what we're doing, though.
But that's fine. But because I'm so confident in that, I'm willing to give anybody opportunity to come at you. I don't care about being failed. I don't care about being lost.
Here.
No, I don't care about it because my faith is so strong
Okay.
that I don't care. You can't break my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is so strong. No matter where I go, my connection is gonna be the same, right? So it's like
you're just built different.
It's just like my confidence. My confidence in God and my confidence in faith is just so strong, like that I can give this person $1,000. They can step right all over them. I can give them 1,000 pieces of my heart. They can step right all over. I'm still gonna be like, okay, cool. I just know not how to do that.
That's because women are nurturers. That's why it doesn't work that way
fine.
for us.
That's cool. Now I just know how to trust.
It doesn't work that way for us.
Right? Because I feel like people in the world need somebody who they can trust. So I could be that person. I don't care. You can hurt me. You can cry. That's fine. I'll be okay. Right? It's like when you can insult me. You can insult me all day. I'm perfectly fine. Just don't insult my wife. Talk about my son. We're good to go. You can talk about me all day. Just don't talk about my love.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying? Like my confidence is just there. Like it's just I don't know. Like I said, maybe everybody's different. But for me, my confidence in God is just so strong that nothing can really shake that.
So I don't disagree with you. I think that's a good point that you're making. My thing is with friendships, and this is talking about the friendships that are not good for you, is that there are certain things that are completely out of your control. You're his confidence and him, like his connection to God is within his control, right? But if you're connecting with somebody that is up to no good, you are then now putting yourself in a place that you normally wouldn't have been in. You understand what I'm saying? Like I think about, for example, I've had friends in situations where they happen to be in a car with somebody who had substances in the car that they were not aware of. But it's because they're dealing with somebody who is not doing what they're supposed to do, trying to give them a chance, trying to see the good in them, which there's nothing wrong with it. There is good in everybody. But that's why I like caution y'all, because it's like, it's good and gravy to like let people in, but also you need to be mindful of who it is that you're letting in, because they will set you up. And it may not be intentionally, right?
Yeah.
But this is why you have to use wisdom. Like Sister Tabitha was saying, she was just like, I get a gut feeling. I know y'all have had gut feelings about people before. Women's intuition,
you don't know
like,
them, but
there's a gut intuition. That's the Holy Spirit speaking to you. Like, wait a minute now, pause, rethink what you're about to do. But I do agree with Keith when he talks about like there's a reason why people are brought into your life.
And because of the way y'all think, I feel like a lot of times you guys might miss opportunities because you're so guarded about certain situations that you miss opportunities. You're like, man, and you just miss a lot because you're so guarded.
Yeah,
you're not willing to give people opportunity. You don't know who you're gonna run into. Me, I have a conversation with anybody. I told you last week. You want to act stupid? I act stupid with you. That's fine. I have a conversation with you and see what you're talking about. And he can prove me wrong, right? Or prove me right. Either way.
But you don't think there's a difference between like having a conversation with somebody is one thing, letting them into your life is something different.
Yes, I understand that.
So where do you make the connection? Where do you make the
Well, I'm saying that ultimately,
distinction?
I mean, regardless of what you do, there's also going to be a built-up process. I'm not going to meet somebody just one day and be like, oh, come to my house with my family, my kids. Like, no, that's not. We're not doing that.
But some people are like that.
That's fine. That's fine.
People like that.
That's what I'm saying I can't do.
What I'm saying is more so from my actual heart perspective. I will give you my heart at the beginning. Like, I will give you my heart. Like, I don't care about you stepping on my heart, is what I'm saying. I'll give you the opportunity to step on my heart, and then I'll have to deal with the consequences of that. That's fine with me. Just because, again, I feel like my heart is so strong that you can't break my heart.
Yeah.
Right? It might hurt me for a second, but I know how to bounce back. I know how to start over. I've done it before. Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's just my theory on things. If it's not right, it just works for me.
I guess we're all different. If all of us were the same, it would be absolutely boring. I think we have to be different. So in a place where you would stand in a gap, you would be appropriate for a person who can't do that.
Yeah.
And in a situation whereby something happens on your end, there'll be that other person who's more. We have to be different. We can't go, oh, 5 fingers, they're different. You can't sacrifice this for this. You can't sacrifice the middle one for. They all have a role. They all have a role. They all have a role that they play. So I think it's good that we have discussions like this because you got me thinking now. That what about if there are opportunities, and it made me thinking some of the worst people that when they give tests. That's why I love listening to testimonies. where that person was. I'm like, would I have actually
Yeah.
been down that road?
Yeah.
But then when it comes to long suffering, I would be at long suffering. So I think our personalities just complement each other. We're different. You just need to know what goes with you. But like what Nikki was saying, don't criticize someone else or treat them like you're better than them. If they need your help, they need your help. If you can give them help, give them help. You shouldn't have to connect seriously with a person before you're able to. It's like your next door neighbor. Someone moves in, you hear screaming. I would go there. I don't know them. They just moved in yesterday.
Yeah.
So still connect with people.
Yeah.
But go at your own pace.
I think that's a good point. I don't know if I ever told y'all this story, so let's do a quick story time. Yay, story time. All right. So this was when I was working at the bank, right? So I was what? What? Stop. What are you doing to her?
I didn't even look at
I didn't do
you.
that too.
Whatever. Anyway, so I was working at the bank at this time, right? And there was this customer that was constant. She was coming in. What? Stop messing
I'm
with
not
Layla.
doing that. I'm chilling.
All right. So there was a customer. Okay. There's a customer that would always come in at like constantly. It's whatever, Keith.
I'm just
There
talking
was-
down to you.
All right. Listen to the story. All right. So there was this customer that would come in all the time. She was a little bit older than me, but at the time I was in my late 20s.
Mhm.
I was in my 20s, so she had to be either in her late 20s or early 30s, right? So this she was very established. You know what I'm saying? Like she had everything together. She had a couple businesses, this and that, but she tried really hard to build a friendship with me. So I remember coming home. Good morning. I remember coming home and I remember telling Keith, like, hey, there's this girl out that keeps coming into my job and she's like trying to befriend me, do this, that, and the third. She would always invite me to dinner, all this stuff, right? And this was outside of like work related stuff. She really wanted to be genuine friends. But I realized, and it sounds so bad when I say it, but I realized where I was at the time and where she was and how different we were, right? And it was not to say one thing is bad or another. I just thought that the place that she was in her life was completely different than the place that was in my life. This, on Keith's perspective, could have been a missed opportunity because she could have helped me elevate. She could have helped me. There could have been so many things that we could have learned from each other. But at the time, it was like, and this is why I said story time, because Sister Tabitha just said something like, know who you are at the moment that you're in, right? And it could have been like fear of not being able to like meet expectations because I really saw her as a different level than where I was, right? And it was like financially, mentally, everything. She was just at a different level. But it could also have been like me recognizing like, wait a minute, I'm not ready to take this step. I'm not ready for this type of friendship, right? So I think that it's one way, like it ties back into what she's saying is that you need to know who you are in the moment. I don't know if it was a good decision or a bad decision, but Shorty was out there going to the Maldives. Like, she was on a different level financially. You hear me?
What if you had the chance to meet her again now?
Then I would have been like, let's go to lunch. It's different. It's different. But my thing is, I'm also a person that, and this is me being vulnerable with y'all, is I'm also, I can be prideful, right? That's not a good thing. Right? But I can be prideful in terms of I never want to feel like I'm depending on somebody.
Yeah,
I never wanted to feel like I'm taking a handout from someone. And that's how I felt like that friendship would have turned out, where it's like, okay, we're going to Maldives. Girl, I'm making $40,000 a year. I'm not paying, I can't afford to go to the Maldives. At that time, it was like $45K a year. I can't afford to go to the Maldives. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, she clearly was on a different level playing field than me. But again, Keith, if you ask him, he'll be like, okay, it's you missed out on an opportunity to level up or whatever the case may be. But also, I don't think it's a bad thing because sometimes you just have to recognize the space that you're in and then prepare yourself to be able to meet her today. So if we met today, that we would have had a completely different conversation. You get what I'm saying? And I think also my confidence at that time is different as well because it's almost like little sister looking up to big sister. You get what I'm trying to say?
Maybe she's watching this.
Oh, thank you, girl.
And for me, the way I see things, right, and my viewpoint is just, again, I'm a confident individual. So my confidence is just, bro, I can go down there and have I can go talk right now to a billionaire and not care. Like,
But hold on.
I can have a conversation and not.
Pause.
Not
Wait. This is you now. Think about you at 21.
I would have done the same thing.
But nature, he's man for the hunters.
A lot of men can't say that.
Cannot say that.
Yeah, don't say that. If I was to ask any like, I don't even love homework or anything a lot, but if I was to ask like another kid at my school, a boy at my school, and be like, "What do you think about the millionaire?" In a moment, who's his age? Let me say that. Who's his age? In the moment, you probably say like, "Yeah," but when you're around somebody your age, you start to compare yourself and being like, "Well, he got this, that's the he got." But we around the same age demographic. A lot of, especially as young men, are not as confident as they come off.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, I'm trying to get it. I mean, and for me, I'm like, that's what I want to get to. And so, and the way I see it is not even more confident myself. He has the confidence too. They say, I see something in this dude. Well, I could be his friend. I'm making million. I know he only make 40,000, but I want to be his friend. So
But that's a
obviously,
hunter's spirit. That's what men have.
but so obviously, he sees something in me like I see something in him.
Yeah.
So it's something that he thinks that I could bring to the table. That's something that I think he can bring to the table, and vice versa. Now we can make that relationship. So for me, it's just about. I just feel like
I think it's recognizing your worth.
It's just not. I don't believe in coincidence. If
Yeah.
I meet you, I met you for a reason. That's why I can go I'll go talk and go be friends with a homeless guy on the street and go have a whole conversation and not care because I don't care about the messenger. I care about the message.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it's all about.
Well, can you tell us for yourself, because I think growing up you always had a level of confidence because okay, you were in sports, you did certain things or whatever, but how did you get to this level of confidence, especially with your walk with God? Like how did you come to this level? Because a lot of men like don't have it and they don't know how to get it. So like what's your 2 cents as far as like, okay, here's how to get there?
Honestly, I just really stopped caring what people think.
Oh wow.
Right? Because people gonna have an opinion about me regardless. Whether I make $1 million in my pocket, people have an opinion, or whether I have $500 in my pocket, people gonna have an opinion.
Do you think your dad has anything to do with it?
I think my dad had a huge part of it because
Oh, yeah,
my dad
he had the
didn't
confidence
give a rat's. My dad was a curse. He had a rat thing about what nobody think.
Yeah.
That's how my dad would talk. He don't care. So I think that confidence probably comes from that. But I think more so, honestly, man, it comes from me giving my life over to Christ. And a lot of that has changed ever since I gave my life over to Christ. I've been able to have the confidence of just being like, bro, I don't care what, like, I really don't care what nobody's gonna think. Obviously, it's only to a certain point because at the end of the day, we can all say that, but at some point we all care what people think. Like that's just right. That's why I always have my hair cut. I always have a nice pair of clothes on because I care. I have people perception of me means a lot.
That's true.
Right? So that obviously we care about that, but to a certain degree, I just don't care. Right? I tell you guys all the time. Right? Let's see who's the worst rapper right now that's killing it right now, but it's terrible. Tell me one person. Ice Spice, right?
She's not a rapper. She's an
Okay. So Ice Spice, y'all think she's terrible, right?
If I had to say like somebody who actually is getting attention, genuine attention, because I don't know. And I
Wait, who's terrible though? Who's not good?
Oh my coffee.
Who?
You don't like Cardi?
Alright.
Well, Playboy. But for the sake of the argument, for the sake of argument, we're gonna use Ice Spice because they said.
Y'all not gonna like mine.
What's your answer?
Probably.
That's fine. I mean, that's what you mean.
This is you guys.
That's fine.
I don't know what I did to you.
Ice Spice. Right. Okay, so Ice Spice would use that because it was two people to one-on-one. So, right, sometimes in life, we have a question of why people are doing better than us, right? And sometimes it's because some people, not to be disrespectful or anything like that, but some people are so naive to the point that it works in their benefit. And sometimes we're so smart that it works our detriment. We're so smart that we're always trying to figure out why. Okay, I gotta execute this, I gotta execute that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it works to your benefit. You find the reasons not to do it, as opposed to somebody who, like Ice Spice, who doesn't care about talent or whatever. She's just naive. Well, I'm gonna just go do it, and then now I make money off of it. It's just sometimes it works to our benefit. So sometimes we have to understand that all we can do is control the controllables, and sometimes you just allow guys to just move, man. Like you can't always try to figure out why, how, when, where, what. Just allow God to move, and then it's gonna happen, right? Like I don't know. I'm gonna give you some Kodak. think first time I caught out when the movie made the song, it sounded that great. No, but he was just so naive. It sounded good to me. I'm gonna mumble rap. I don't care. It sounds good to me, so I'm gonna put it out. And guess what happens? We do it. So sometimes we have to just stop trying to be so smart. All of you guys in here are very well educated. You're so smart. You're so intelligent. Sometimes don't allow that to knock you from doing what you guys can do because you're trying to figure out why so much.
Yeah, that's how trends start, though.
I don't know why. I watch all them Jaguar Right videos.
Who?
Jaguar Right.
Them people ain't nothing to play about.
Oh
I
my
love
goodness.
Jaguar
Oh, you
Right.
talking about the girl who be exposing everything and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, she does what?
She exposing everybody
Yeah.
in the industry.
With the plaits.
Who knows?
Who
what
knows?
I don't care. I'm not in Hollywood.
She knows a lot of stuff, though.
She said so much. Like, something gotta come.
Was she inside? Was she
I don't
part
know.
of them before?
Yeah,
She knows a
was in
lot
the-
of-
She was in the business,
She
yeah.
knows a lot. She knows a lot.
So, have y'all had a friendship that you felt was, like, made you better?
Yes.
Do you wanna talk about it?
I have a lot of friends.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Who wants to go first? Okay.
I have a friend. She's older than me. She's in college. She's in a sophomore year in college.
Mhm.
Her name's Nevaeh. And
Oh,
like,
heaven backwards.
yeah. And like she just like she was so mature and like the way she helped me see like friendships and like how to she made me like a better friend. Like
Mhm.
because say you go to your friend like I used to be the one like if you come to me like with something I did I'd be like okay like I wouldn't necessarily take your feelings like I would disregard your feelings.
Yeah.
And then people would do it to me too, and I know I didn't like that, but I never knew what it was until I met her, and she just made me like open my eyes a little bit more to like how to be a better friend.
What made you be receptive to her? Because there's people that's come to you in the past and said, you hurt my feelings. You're like, okay, I don't care. So what was it about her?
I don't care, but like I would understand.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't really understand it, but
If you hear my feelings all the time, right?
Was she-
What made
Was she, I'm saying, what is it about her that made you receptive? Like, was it the way she spoke to you? Was it the way, like, or did you just have respect for her from the get-go, from the beginning?
I think from the beginning, because I introduced myself to her, and like she was just like so welcoming.
Gotcha.
From there, so it's just like, and she's older, so it just, and the way she presented herself and the way she talked, it was just like,
Gotcha.
I think it's important to understand that you don't try to find friends because of what they have.
Yeah.
You try to find friends for who they are, right? And I think it's important. That's why sometimes you can go out into the woods and see, or just go home and you see cats are friends with dogs, right? They don't really care. It's just like, hey, we in this together, so we cool. Yeah, I'm a cat, you're a dog, but we vibing, all right? You see the fish in the house, you see all these different kind of fish that's in the lake. Okay, we all cool. As long as we have an understanding of what, you know what I'm saying? I think it's important to just like stop worrying about friends what they have. Oh well, you know, yeah, like oh, I want to be her friend because she got a Birkin or she wearing a Mary or she wearing Mary.
Yeah,
or,
and those
it's-
won't last
it don't
either.
last, right? Try to find friends just who they are, and a lot of times if there's a genuine friends, a lot of times it grows together. Your friendship grow together.
Yeah.
And again, we talk about all the time. Sometimes you have friends that are only for the season, and sometimes you have friends that are for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Understand that.
I have one.
Okay.
It was the thing that I brought up earlier. I've always said that friendship was never a coincidence because I went to 2 different elementary schools and she went to 2 different elementary schools. And we I came back there a year earlier, but that was both the school that we had transferred to. Not only did she transfer to that school, the first elementary school she went to, my cousin went to. So that's kind of how I had met her at high school. Everybody in my high school knew my cousin, so I was like, you know Johnny? It's my cousin. That's how I became friends with people freshman year. And so,
You stood on that, huh? Use your cousin for everything.
I'm
right?
telling you.
because now that we're in junior year, like now I know people, but freshman year, because we went to different middle schools, I didn't even remember her. But I had asked her, I was like, do you know my cousin? She was like, yeah, well, I know her from middle school, but I know her from both of my elementary schools too. And so I was like, well, then we must have went to the same school at one point, because I went to that elementary school. And I looked at my yearbook, come to find out she had signed my yearbook.
Oh, you the person that bought a yearbook?
Wow.
You bought a yearbook?
I bought a yearbook
You
too.
was one of the people that bought a yearbook?
Well, I don't know. I got it for free
Y'all
actually.
bought yearbooks? Why I ain't never have a yearbook? I always had one.
I mean,
I was in yearbook.
That's crazy.
I always said I won't buy a
My
yearbook
mama
in
worked
high
at
school
it,
too.
Yeah.
I don't really care what y'all look like right now. But, you know, seeing you, that's when it matters. So, you know, at first we kind of clashed because she had a perception of me and she was very passive aggressive at first. So we didn't really clash in depth. So I wouldn't say I let down my guard. It was just she had seen inside of me she didn't see before. And
Yeah.
when I became friends in the 10th grade, no, towards the end of
Boundaries were
9th
set.
grade.
Yeah.
Towards the end of 9th grade, we started hanging out outside of school. We would walk to the pizza place across from Creek. Bellaroma?
Bellaroma, yeah.
Yeah, we walked to Bellaroma and then walked to the park. 10th grade, we started hanging out, going to each other's houses. But 10th grade is really when we became close. We're both Trinidadian, so there's not a lot of Trinidadian kids. So
Yeah, at Creek, yeah, for sure.
So we bonded over
So
that.
close.
No, it's just a Jamaican Haitian mix.
Yeah, it is.
So we bonded over that. She had told me the other day there's not a disconnect between us in a lot of places because a lot of things were similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I invited her to my house. At this point, we had already been to each other's, or I'd been to her house 1,000 times. I think that's how every friendship works. There's one friend where you go to their house a lot and then you don't go to your house like that.
Yeah.
But so I invited her for the first time over to my house for July this past month. And our parents are doing that thing where y'all don't stop talking, y'all just keep the conversation going when we're trying to leave.
Oh.
And her stepdad had told my mom, he was like, Anise is always welcome at our house. You don't even have to ask. Anise needs somewhere to go. She can come because she made her a better person.
Oh,
Wow.
that's nice.
And it's vice versa too, because
Yeah.
that's the first thing you said is she made you better as well.
Yeah. Right.
So I want to ask Vanessa, because I know her story is going to be different because she came from somewhere completely different, moved here, had to create a whole new circle of
Yeah, yeah.
I
So-
love her.
friends. Me too. Hello, Governor. Right? So I want to ask you, how was your walk? And how was your understanding of finding friends coming way from a whole
Hello,
other
Governor.
place to come here, or it's hello, Governor. Come here and to find a new circle of friends. So what was that experience like for you?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrible at making friends.
You tell me what I mean, friends. Why?
People come up to me and I'll be like, yeah, exchange numbers, but I struggle to keep that contact.
Talk loud so they can hear you.
I struggle to keep that contact with people, and the people that come to me, they're not people. I'm like, okay, you're nice, you're cool, but you won't know me, you won't help me in any way. I feel like you're just kind of there. I don't know.
No, but that's honest though. That's okay. That's honest.
That's why
You about to leave, Keith?
like,
Oh, I'm looking.
that's why I'm kind of just like,
Yeah.
you know, like right now, I think for me, all my friends are a friend of a friend,
Yeah.
and that main friend, I'm not friends with anymore, and our connection is still kind of strong, but some of them are a bit,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, I don't know, I'm not really a good friend maker. I like people myself, but I do want some friends, but it's so hard to find like people with similar interests
Yeah.
and stuff in common.
What year did you move here?
2018.
So you were like before middle school?
I came in April.
What middle school did you go to?
So Ross.
Oh,
You look familiar. I'm not
I do.
yeah.
Friends. I told you.
Okay, look at that. Friends.
I only asked because I know at Margate there was a British girl who had transferred there.
Oh, you thought it was her.
Yeah.
So what changed? Well, has anything changed since then? Because now you're in college, and now it's like if you don't go out of your way to make friends or to build relationships, it is not happening. If you sit in that room, honey, you will graduate with nobody.
I'm trying to come out of my bubble. Like,
Okay.
myself, because I know I tend to get comfortable in there. But, you know, I'm trying to, like, make more friends and expand my circle.
Go to events or
I do.
Yeah,
you know, go to events and talk.
and speak to people. And the thing is, like, scripture says we need people. Like, you need to congregate with people. So I think the thing is, like, I feel like you and I are so similar in that ways because, like, you don't want to waste your time with people that don't meet a certain criteria. But is the key is that everybody has something to bring to the table. You know? So it's like you have to recognize, like, somebody may not be on the level that you think that they should be, but they have something to bring to the table that'll change your perspective in one way or another. So don't like disregard somebody because of it. If you see that there is a small connection, maybe try to pursue it that way. Even if it's like, okay, let's go to Starbucks. I don't know what you drink. Let's go get breakfast. Let's go sit out on whatever. Student union. Let's go to the student union, just hang out or whatever.
I have one friend like that. She's a friend of a friend, but she's my closest friend right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important, man, because like even for myself, right? Like, cause y'all talk about college like that. That's so true. Cause I remember like in high school, right? Me and my boys, we go.
I did not think you were gonna go.
I thought you were gonna open it and use the white, and you know. Sorry, y'all. We had to get rid of a critter. All right, Keith.
So cause I remember me and my boys, right? In high school, you know, you try to holler at a girl, you try to get out or whatever. You trying to get out, yada yada. But you see her every single day, right? You see her every single day. So you know you can shoot your shot maybe one time, might not work, you shoot it again another day, or you might be like, okay, let me wait till about first day of school, let me give it a couple months, let me get out of that time. Then you can play it out. College? Nah. You know that I learned that the first single day in college. My homeboy who was at the student union, he saw the girl, he was like, bro, I'm gonna say something. And my homeboy's on homeboy, I'm chill, right? I'm the type of type of guy where I kind of let it play out, right? I ain't really finna go up and do all the time. I kind of just let it play out. I might see you out of the club or might see you outside or something, whatever. And then just working stuff out. My boy, he shoot me shot at everything that walk, but he's also short. So he's a short person syndrome. So he gonna shoot at everything he want. Man, he went up to this girl one time. I'm kidding you not, this exact story. The first day on campus, he went to the girl, he said, oh man, he went behind her, he said, excuse me. She kept walking. He said, excuse me. She kept walking. He ran. Excuse me. She said, no! And ran like this. We was like, and we never saw her again on campus. And I'll tell you, never saw her again on campus. Never saw her again on campus. I'm talking, we was in the intramurals. We never saw her again. At a sporting event, I played basketball. Never seen her at a function. Nothing. From that point moving forward. Looking at my point, like you guys were saying, like in college is different. You see that person one time, you never see them again.
For me, it's like I see someone one time and I see them everywhere.
You see them everywhere? No, not for high school. Not at UCF it wasn't. So one time, I ain't never seen that person again. So like, yeah, just important, man. Like you find somebody you guys want to create a relationship with, just do that. You make sure you protect your bubble, protect your heart, protect your spirit, protect your soul. You know what I'm saying? Have your confidence up, and you'll be good to go.
And just like what Keith said, friendship has levels. Like, for example, now, if my friends are doing something, I'm the last person they'll call for a party because they just know I'm that person in that room. I'm not. Oh, I met her. Someone. I'm not that. But they will say, "We want you to cook something for us." They don't even ask anyone else. They know I just want to do it in the back and disappear. That's it. So I'm that type of friendship. If they want to talk about serious family issues or their kids' academics, I'll be that person they're gonna call. But when it comes to parties, it's someone else. I'm just for the food. So you just need to understand what levels of friendship, and you need all of them. It's like you need a little bit of each piece of the pie. You can't just have one. You have this friend who's academics, but they're not good on faith or something. So there's so much to talk about, and we'd love to continue this, but we're out of time today. We hope that you have something that you can take away from what we've said today. Think about your friendships very well. Protect your bubble, like he said, because that's the innermost core of who you are, and you want to be consistent with whoever it is that you're with. But you know what? Keep Christ at the center and speak to God about these things. Absolutely. You're struggling with something, just speak to God about these things. So, thank you all. Please put some comments down below if you have anything else you want to share with us. Have an awesome week. Woo!
And everybody